Welcome back to another episode of the Speak It True podcast, man. This is the last one here at this very special place, man. Has a lot of names. Club Cordova. Some people, we came up with that one. You know what I'm saying? 4K Crib. I call it 4K Crib because we got my boy 4K in here, man. This guy I'm always talking about. Y'all saw him in a couple cameos. You know what I'm saying? With the behind the scenes helping on a few of these episodes that I've had in the past season. So obviously to start this next wave and end a pretty good era here for us. You know what I'm saying? I gotta bring my band 4K on the screen, man. Let him talk his shit for me today.
I appreciate you, Brody.
So yeah, and shout out to Mike too, helping us.
Big shout out to Mike.
Yeah,
man.
This is one of them ones, man. I feel like you know what I'm saying, because one, I've been looking forward to doing this one for a while. Because 4K, I met him last, I want to say spring.
It was in the springtime.
Yeah, about springtime. And just someone that's like we kind of. For me, I don't know. I don't even know about 4K. Like sometimes I feel like maybe we don't always kind of just connect with people all the time because we don't always read people's energy. But 4K's energy was someone that I can, he's one of the big homies for he's a little older than a lot of us.
That's love, bro.
You know what I'm saying? And when he's out here doing his thing, he just wants to make sure everybody's cool, just having a good time.
And that's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? And it's safe doing it. And he's always got some advice, some wise words. Shout out to the wise guys. I'm just gonna steal y'all thing today. Shout out to the wise guys. But he knows a lot. 4K knows a lot. He's seen a lot, experienced a lot, and that's another perfect reason why I wanted to also bring him on the platform to be just give us a different angle, different perspective on a lot of different things. I'm talking a lot about 4K, man, but I'm gonna keep going because I've talked to him about his music because he's a producer, but he's also got on the track also and giving us some good quality music with some people like Wavy Dave and Tina J. He's produced, helped produce, for, I can't say his name right now. KK43, I was gonna say 43 KK, but KK43,
hey, shout out Prince KK.
And you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Brody, he put together his one of his EPs, right? That one joint. So 4K's been in the background, behind the scenes a lot, man. Long story short, just put that all together, and like I said, now's the time for him to put him on the spotlight, put him on the light, man. Talk about yourself.
Nah, man. Hey, look, I really definitely appreciate it. Thanks for having me. I know I've been bullshitting on this for a minute, bro. And I just knew we had to get it settled and get it in because I've seen a lot of the progress that you've made. You've talked a lot about me. I actually want to take some time. Talk about the work that I've seen you doing and continuing to grind and stay on your shit, man. And like I said, repetitions. That's everything, bro. Yeah. So I've seen you put in the work that's necessary. So I definitely want to say, appreciate you having me on. Very proud of the direction you're taking it. Happy to be a part of it and get a chance to talk about some of the things that I have been working on because I don't really make a lot of announcements on social media and I definitely appreciate having the opportunity to explain some of the things I got going on.
For sure. Like I said, man, and that's the beauty of what we got going on, right? It's like I feel like especially in the area, like 4K's a local guy, right? He went to big high school. Tell us a little bit more about yourself in a second, but like I said, he's just like I said, he's been behind the scenes, man. Like I said, it's his time. I feel like this is your time, bro. I've seen you put in the repetitions of doing stuff in here in the booth, man. A lot of people, some of y'all don't know, I spend a lot of time here with these guys, man. Like I said, that's why I feel like like I said, big homie, one of the big brothers, you know what I'm saying, like that, because we've had a lot of moments. I'd say that we have a lot of moments in here, and it's like now it's like this is more the production, and then we're gonna talk about it, political, not political. I don't know how we're gonna. We just gonna be there. This is the camera talk. This is the camera talk. You know what I'm saying? We've had a lot of other types of talks, but it's the camera talk. But 4K, man, let's just let people know about yourself a little bit, man. Give us a little bit of background.
All right, for sure. 26, going 27 this year in May. Santoris, baby. I've been producing since I would say around 16. That's when I really was just learning how to do it. Really, it was like GarageBand on my phone, like really basic, like bare bones stuff, but. That's kind of how I fell in love with it, like the idea of creating tracks and like making music in a different way. Because as a younger kid, I was an instrumentalist. I played a couple woodwind instruments, and I was a
saxophone.
Hey
man, hey, the players know about the saxophone.
If you know, you know, bro. If you know, you know. And so playing on the sax, I had like a lot of jazz influence and jazz background. Shout out to Mr. Lucas or White Oak. I know we sent that man into retirement because we were bad as hell, but he was really influential on me in terms of understanding that music takes work and repetition and effort, and if you don't practice, you're just not gonna get better. Like half of the people who really succeed it's a combination of both talent and effort. So
Right.
shout out to Mr. Lucas, you know what I mean? But it's just to say that I've been involved in music for most of my life.
Right.
And yeah, like I turned 16, started producing more. Then when I was in college, I really kind of fell in love with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got to the point that I was going to the studio pretty much every day. You know, I was really blessed that we had a decent studio space on campus. And from that point, I just decided to teach myself really the more important things that I needed to know,
Right.
like compression, EQ, mixing, because at the time I'm producing my own music, and you brought up that I, you know, had made some music in the past. I was a rapper,
Right.
artist, still am, you know,
Right.
but been less so on that and more so on the production side of things,
Exactly.
trying to get ahead in that. That's when that focus started, you know. I want to say I was around 20 something,
Okay.
young 20s. And I just got going. I haven't really looked back, man.
Right,
So
yeah,
you
for
know,
sure. That's good.
It's crazy.
That's
man.
good, cause and with that, right? So, with the producing and the production, right? I feel like this is an important conversation for us to have, right? Because you're the first producer that I've had this conversation with on a platform, and I just feel like, you know, when it comes to music, right? I think a lot of the times people don't understand, you know, that. You know, yeah, someone may be a good like artist or whatever, right? But I feel like a lot of the times, especially now not in today's music, like producers, y'all deserve a lot more credit than
I appreciate
you know,
that.
than y'all what y'all
Appreciate
get.
that.
You know what I'm saying? For real though, because I've seen you like you said the things about the EQ. So like talk about like why those things are more important, you know what I'm saying? And as far as to try to make a song come together.
Yeah, look, I wouldn't say it's more important.
Not more important.
But
as
I get to your point.
Yeah.
To your point, this is definitely a problem in the music industry. Like, everybody gives the artist so much credit, and they deserve it. Don't get me wrong. Vocal talent is a huge necessity if you want to be able to do this. Breath control, you know, things like that, technique. But there's a flip side of this that has, I feel, you know, allowed a lot more, let's say, maybe less practiced people.
Right.
It's not to be like dismissive, but anybody can pretty much make a song now if they have the right talent around them in the studio. That's in terms of engineering and production, right? That's just how I feel personally, because I've been around really good engineers. Some of the people at Omega are pretty good, pretty practiced, and I've seen, you know, that it takes a lot of actual knowledge. When I first started making music, a big issue I had was that I didn't really understand some of the key tools like compression and EQ, equalizing. Not to get too technical into things, but these are things that basically sharpen, you know, tones of your voice. You can take out bad sounds, basically, or reduce them. And it just, that fine tuning is the difference between making studio quality stuff and amateur stuff.
Right.
So that's that in a nutshell.
Okay, so when did you make that transition from like the garage band? You say in college, so like talk about that first experience that made you say, oh wow,
for sure.
like this is what I want to like. I'm locked in on this.
So it was, what was it, senior year? No, I think it was 2016. I had a lot going on at the time. And because of everything that I was dealing with, music was a very important outlet for me. This is during the time when I was doing the most artistry in terms of my own vocal work on tracks, you know what I mean? And my own singing and rapping, and I was writing hella songs, and much less so on the beat making tip. Basically, I was going through it. I wrote like a breakup album.
Hey man, that's alright, bro.
Now look, man,
talk about that, man.
I hope y'all don't find that. Look. I had a lot of music in the past that was just from a very emotionally driven place. Dropping that was cathartic for multiple reasons. But what it did teach me was that I was not where I needed to be skill wise. Because I would hear my music, and don't get me wrong, I love my songs and everything, but I recognized the gap that I had between me and industry professionals, industry grade, you know what I mean? And so that kind of inspired me right there to want to put in the work. Other thing that inspired me to want to like make my own beats was licensing. Because I had a couple songs that I really enjoyed, but get taken down, and rightfully so, because I'm using beats without permission. But I mean, that's the game. That's, you know, look, man, as a producer, I get it, like, you got to do what you got to do, and part of me does really appreciate just the simplicity of making good music. But also you got to understand that as producers, people need to eat. This goes back to your other point about how artists get so much credit. And they tend to get a little bit offended sometimes when producers ask for, say, like 50-50 split or, but that's industry standard, you know what I mean? These are things that go on behind the scenes that people might not be attuned to, you know, so.
That's deep, man. So,
so
talk about like, you know, from like both perspectives then of like, all right, you're in the booth. Have you, well, obviously you've had the chance to like to make the music with that type of quality, right? So, do you kind of judge yourself a little bit harder because you know you understand like both sides of like the music and everything?
Yeah, no, it's I think I'm too hard on myself sometimes. I do have a really perfectionist ear.
He does no.
If it's not perfect, I just can't. You know what I mean? And what I've had to learn more, perfect is the enemy of good. If it's good, drop that shit.
Right.
You know, if it's good and you feel good about it, drop it, because waiting on perfect will have you waiting forever. Right. You know, I'm trying to be more in the moment with my music, because I know a lot of people have been asking and stuff. And like I said, I didn't mean to get off topic. Because it just makes me think about like how many artists, you know, get sick of where they're at and don't understand that it's a progression, it's a grind. You gotta keep going. You know what I mean? It's easy to just. I could have, you know, made that first project and been like, oh, I'm done. You know what I mean? It was ass. It sucked. You know what I mean? I didn't. I mean, I made a couple projects after that, and you know, I've got more shit that I'm working on now. So, you know, I don't remember what your original question was.
It's the reason why I asked it was about like how do you feel about like you see it on both ends.
On both ends, right. So okay, no, definitely.
And the reason before you answer, the reason why I'm asking that, right? Because it's like moving forward, like you know, you want to have artists, you want to work with artists and stuff like that, and do you like I was gonna ask, but all you just talked about, right? Like, do you feel like that energy and how you are and what you know about music and stuff like that? Do you think, you know, how could that? Do you think that you'd be beneficial for someone in the studio spending time with that? Because I know we've talked about it before. Like, you'd rather have people have set projects and stuff like that they don't have to work on, so that I guess your time is being used efficiently and all these things. So
so you touched on two different things right there. So the first thing, the balance of, you know, artistry and production, I definitely would encourage most artists to get into producing. There's no reason not to. You get a bigger cut if you produce your own songs. You find out you're good at it. You know what I mean? You get a whole bigger percentage, and you have the possibility of more placements, more, you know, because let's say you do a feature, you know, that's going to bring in some income. If you get a production placement, that's going to bring in income you're not even thinking about. You know what I mean? So definitely encourage people to at least try. You know what I mean? If it's ass, it's ass, but you're not going to know. In terms of the relationships, you know, I really think that rappers should try and lock in with producers that they really fuck with. And if you fuck with him now, the long way it's going to pay off. I genuinely do.
That's the thing. Like that's how I've seen like a lot of these other places where a lot of these like big rappers, they've had a producer that they've spent time with consistently. You know, it's like damn, like it's Shaq and Kobe or like LeBron D Wade. Like,
and those
you know
those duos are so great and they get remembered so fondly. I feel like
Baby and Weezy. You know what I'm saying?
No, for real.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Metro and everything he was doing in Atlanta, like. But people have to understand that, you know, production takes time, and you can't just go into a studio and expect to just bang out. This was the other thing you were talking about, like my experience as like a engineer and as a producer. I do hate when people are not prepared. Like that's just, I'm not trying to be like an asshole, but it's like, damn, you come in here and you just like mumbling for however long the session is. It's just not. It's not a good use of your time or mine. And I, like you're saying, I do want to work with people who are dedicated and ready and prepared and coming in like, these are the songs we're working on. You know, one of my singers, Kelly, was really, really good about that. She's like, this is the song we're working on today, and as long as it takes for us to sit here and bang out the backgrounds and all of this and really take, you know what I'm saying, put a couple hours into a song. Don't book like a 3, 4, 5 hour session and think you're just going like, just rattle off as many songs as you can, because when you go back, it's going to be much more difficult to polish. And that's definitely
that's just real life. Like that's just anything. Like I feel like, you know, like in basketball, right? Like you know, I've talked about it a lot. Like you know, you gonna spend what 10 minutes working on ball, 10 minutes working on shooting, 10 minutes working on whatever. Like, all right, what are you really getting better at? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, I know like it's a cliche, but like really focusing on your strengths, right? You know, spending time on like if you're a shooter, like all right, really focus on becoming a shooter, like becoming a better shooter. If you're someone that can drive to the basket, you really focus on finding moves and getting you to the basket. Little things like
always
that.
Talking about hooping.
I am talking about hooping, bro. I'm sorry, I'm in love with it, bro. But
no, you a real hooper, bro. I do respect it.
Yeah, see, I'm okay, man. I appreciate it. but even that's anything else in life too, though. Like you're not gonna be a doctor just thinking that I'm gonna go. You know, I'm gonna practice this surgery one day on a
right. Because how ridiculous would that sound? You know,
that's what
I'm just gonna.
Yeah, I can't
knock out 5 patients in one. Like, come on, bro. That doesn't make any sense. So, that's every facet of life.
That's his life. Yeah. So really spending time focusing on just honing on the craft. Like that's just the point. Honing on the craft, because you know you just gonna sharpen it. Even if it's a 1%, you know, change. It's the 1% better. That you know, instead of trying to become 1% better in so many different things at once, but you're not even gaining anything at those things at once.
And you just touched on something that's so important. Something I would say I wish I had earlier when I first started like producing. Right. Discipline. You got to understand that. How should I explain this? You could try and do a lot of work at once. Right. And some people can do that. But I feel like you will have better success in the long run if you're just doing a little bit of work at a time every day. Exactly. You know what I mean? So when a lot of these producers are younger than me, right? I love to tell them just make a beat every day. Just try and make a beat every day. Even if you don't save it, like try. You know what I mean? Sit down and work at your music every single day. Because this is what it takes to get good at an instrument. Right. This is what it takes to get good at basketball. This is what it takes to get good at anything that you want to be good at. Right? So take it seriously and act like you really want to do it. So do it every day. Really, if you're going to be in a position that you can do it at the next level, you got to be that kind of person. Because there are those kind of people. You know what I mean? I know Kanye's a really controversial figure.
We don't look. We ain't here for all that. What's all good though?
Shade room. No.
Hey, y'all might have to tap in. Cause I don't care, bro. We talking, man.
Look. Kanye is one of my favorite artists of all time. I have to say it. Like, and that's because of the way that he was working. Yeah. You know what I mean? And you talk about like missing fun. My man was like locked in his room for months on end every summer trying to get better production. And that's the kind of shit that it takes if you really want to be one of the greats. I'm not vouching for any of that other shit. But, you know what I'm saying? No. But for real, like, stuff like that, it's a grind, it's dedication. Yeah. And you don't know when your break is coming. I don't know if and when my break is coming. Right. You know what I mean? But I'm enjoying the journey of it. I'm going to put in the work. You know what I'm saying? If nothing ever comes of it, it won't be because I didn't put in the work that was necessary. That's what at the end of the day, I can, lay on my laurels, bro, because I put in the effort.
Right.
That's it.
That's real, bro. That's real. That's the effort, bro. Like, I don't know sometimes. Do you find it, like, hard? Because, I know, especially, coming up in certain, like, I mean, probably your era, too, like, just wanting to do something different, right? That's creative as far as music and stuff like that, right? How do you feel, especially for like someone else that's younger, that you brought it up, talk about the space that you feel that you feel like production is giving you, right? As far as like you say you're going through stuff and everything like that. So like, how do you feel that it's like what do you feel like it's done for you in that aspect?
Yeah, so that for me, I would say that was less about production in the way that we're talking about it right now, as much as it was artistry, because that wasn't the only thing I was doing when I had like a very, very difficult period of my life where I was dealing with some different things, familial issues, homelessness, that fucking breakup, which I thought was the end of the world, because I'm a young, I'm a young kid.
Man, it hurts.
It seems like everything's going on.
It hurts though, right?
Yeah. No, it does hurt. Yeah. It does hurt. But
we're good though.
We're good now, right? It's a testament to where we're at today that we're no longer in those situations or experiencing those things. But I will say, like, the reason I bring that up is to say that I was channeling myself through a lot of different art at that time. I was getting really into filmmaking. I was getting very much into photography. Okay. And these are things that I want to revisit as well. But it wasn't like I was just throwing myself in music. It was just like me as an artist. When you really, are going through difficult times, some of the best art you're ever going to make comes out, And so I think that more so it was the fact that I realized I could make, art. That's what motivated my desire to do production. You know what I mean? it was like I just needed to have as many outlets as I could, and being a creative person, having a creatively wired mind, it was easy to fall back on that kind of stuff. I used to do a lot of photography. I think I still have like a page on Instagram somewhere.
Oh, wow. Hey, let's find it.
A few hundred followers.
Let's find it.
We're
gonna put it up. We're gonna put it up on there.
Right there. Nah. But yeah, like I would definitely encourage other producers too, and other artists in general. Right. Don't let your art be confined to just one thing. See what else you're good at. Me, I can't draw for shit. You know what I mean? But I tried. You know, that's how I know that I can't. It's because I gave it a shot. I think that all artists should really challenge themselves because it's going to make your mind work in different ways too, and it might not directly contribute to, you know, your studio success, but it's going to challenge you as an artist, which is always a good thing at the end of the day.
I was going to say, yeah, and even 4K brings that up a lot, right? I mean, as far as like just tapping into different things, like I've seen 4K, like, yeah, he might make a trap beat, but he's also making house tapes. He's making some shit with bachata and some, you know what I'm saying? Like, 4K got flavors with what he's got going on. So
yes, sir, bro.
You know, and that's just proof in the pudding. You know, we gonna find a way to get let y'all hear some of his tracks. We need him to get some more stuff out here. You know what I'm saying?
Look,
but 4K definitely is one to explore the music and the artistry and just different things. Because, you know, as you can see, I don't know if y'all can see it here. We got a Archie Bell. Yeah. He got all these different types of.
You know, we got some records in here.
You know what I'm saying? He got some records in here, man. So 4K's want to know this music, man. So I mean, just
I would definitely say too. Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Look, versatility is everything, and diversity. This speaks to what I'm saying about you know, different art mediums. Right. But even within just the art form, let's like have a conversation with producers right now. Please do some different stuff. Like challenging yourself is the way to make it. Like me speaking here. You know what? Let me walk that back a little bit because I haven't really. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for me to throw stones from a glass house. You know what I mean? I haven't gotten to where I want to go with my music yet. But I will say something I'm really proud of. Yeah, something that I'm really, really proud of in my music is, like you're saying, the diversity and the variety that I put into my stuff. I love making house. I love making drill, trap. I like making, you know, boom bap. I like making different stuff, soul samples. You know, it's just. I don't know, it gives spice to your music, you know what I mean? It's going to make you think differently, think outside of the box, and that's what makes for great songs and great projects is when people are thinking outside the box, you know what I mean? Do some different shit.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, and something I feel some artists from our area get caught
I was going to bring it up. I was just about to bring it up. I was going to bring it up. Like, for real, because I feel like that's like I feel like sometimes what's holding us back, right? You know what I'm saying? We don't have a lot of people
as an area.
Yeah, I feel like we don't have that many people that are like the Rico Nassies and the Junies.
But there's a reason that these people are popping. There's a reason why these kids are popping. IDK, Rico, Corday. These are great names for you to bring up. Junie. My man,
gotta bring up Junie and Moko.
Shout out to Junie. For these artists, even back to like Wale as like one of the most innovative members of our music community here in the DMV.
Right.
It starts with a different sound, you know what I mean, and not being afraid to have a different sound, to stand on your own and having a different sound. Don't let people bully you into what is popular right now, because all that is here today and gone tomorrow. What's really valuable is like good music, you know what I mean? What sounds good to you? Make something different, shit, challenge you. You know, it might not even sound that good at first, but just dig into it anyway. Find something that does, you know, try different instruments, try different sounds, you know, try different patterns. It's like sometimes we do get a little repetitive here, like different patterns or different tempos or whatever. Just switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Don't get caught in the monotony of what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, man. That's usually it. I feel like I don't know. Everybody, it's not that it's bad though. You know what I'm saying? It's not that it's a bad thing that, you know, there's a lot of people that, you know, can make this similar style music, but it's just like it's like, at least from a fan's perspective, right? I'm not an artist, I'm not anybody that makes music or anything like that. I just have an ear for music, right? I like listening to music, so it's like.
No, you do have a good ear for music.
So it's like, we just want something like that's gonna just say, okay, like, you are that person that you say you are. Like you can be this artist that you say you want to become. Because like, and then sometimes now too, it's like you gotta understand, like it's bigger than like if you this is a business. Like it's just like anything else. Art, like it's an industry. It's a business. So it's like how you gonna carry yourself. Like if you gonna it's like the best players in the NBA, NFL, whatever sport, or the best people in the business and the jobs and stuff like that. They don't just become complacent at doing one thing. They like to diversify. They like to expand out, try things, or they're good at multiple things or something like that. So it's like that's why they're able to be in these successful positions. So that's why I feel like for the DMV we gotta start pushing a lot. We also as fans too. Like I feel like we gotta start helping the push of these people that have these different backgrounds, these different styles, you know what I'm saying? Because that's just as important as well. And
support your local artists, man.
You know what I'm saying? That's just as important as well. You know what I'm saying? I try my best. I do all different types of ways to support my.
Y'all go crazy for
Lil
Baby. You know what I'm saying? You go crazy for Gunna.
Well, I don't know about that. Too much about that anymore.
Damn.
Respectfully though, I don't know. Look, we ain't gonna get into all that. I don't want no problems with nobody out there, man. Listen, man, I'm just saying, man. It's not the same.
Damn, Free Thug.
That part. But that part. But yeah, though, like yeah, we just gotta. I just feel like we also as fans as well too. Like the people that we say we support, people we say we love, the people we watch do whatever we gotta do. We gotta keep continuing to push them and then get them to that next level so that like so people can understand our culture. Like you know what I'm saying. I feel like the DMV culture is what's gonna help.
Oh, definitely.
You know what I'm saying. Like for when it's reached a national scale, like in totality, like it's gonna be like wow, like these people are really cool.
Because we have a lot to say as an area.
Yeah, we do.
There's a lot of culture.
High intellect, culture
absolutely.
is up
going
there.
on. And with style, like so many people influenced by DMV style.
Exactly.
DC style.
Kawhi Leonard signed with New Balance.
New Balance.
He had the hype beast with the New Balance going crazy right now, but
because the big New Balance.
He got some big joints.
Yeah. I couldn't even get those. I'm pissed.
Hey man, but that's just on you. Like look, that's who's wearing New Balance before though. Like you know what I'm saying? Who was really like on a national scale? Like it's about New Balance is definitely about to take over. I mean, I feel like we talked about it before. This is now we kind of get more into some casual talk real quick. But it's just like. We were saying like how we can have someone from like our style, like from our culture, like big enough to, be behind that New Balance type of swag and everything like that.
We still could.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's gonna be real. But let's talk about some of these experiences you have with some of these artists. I mentioned Wavy Dave.
Yeah.
Someone I've met and had personal conversations with. Big shout out to Wavy, man. He's doing big things. We talked about Thug. He's helped produce the video for Thug.
Hey, he just dropped a new video too. You need to go check that shit out.
Check it out.
Yeah,
Mike, man.
Yeah.
You got any words from the background about 4K, man?
Hey man, 4KOC.
Yeah.
He made tunes, but not Looney Tunes. He made great tunes.
He made tunes, but not Looney Tunes.
Yeah. That's why we gotta open the windows. We gotta let the streets hit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we in the real parts. You know what I'm saying?
There's some shit I won't do by Wavy Dave. Damn! Good catch. Damn.
Great catch.
Save you.
Good snag.
Save you.
The Archie Bell.
The Archie Bell, man. We was just talking about him earlier. You know what I'm saying? My bad.
Damn. You should probably put it back.
Because
it's gonna be discontinuity.
Is it gonna be discontinuity?
Yeah.
I mean, they just saw him fall, bro. We good though. As a matter of fact, this is the most natural episode that we've had here on the Speak At You podcast.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Is it gonna stay? I don't think so. Right now.
Never mind.
Sorry. Hey, look. Shout out to Archie Bell. You know what I'm saying? Archie Bell. Hey,
big shout out to him. Shout out to Tina too.
True. Yeah. I say, hey, listen. That means if you really watch talented. This, you're gonna get the A.
You getting the sauce right now.
You getting the sauce right now, man. You getting the sauce right now. That's how we ended on this is how we doing on the last one here. All right, so let's talk about the KK project that you helped them put together, man.
Oh yeah. Man. So that was the song was that Chosen.
Chosen. That dude, that joint got 55 million streams on TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
How did that make you feel?
Well,
how did that make you feel?
When I saw the numbers. At first, I was very just confused because I'm like, I had never seen some shit like that. They have that many interactions. So first I was like just kind of stunned, and then I just was really happy, just proud, and obviously like there's so much more that has to go on, and I've been kind of on the fence about it, even how how seriously I take music production from that standpoint. But to see that it's possible in that light kind of changed my perspective. That's what made me start like my BeatStars page. And, you know what I mean? Because I'm like, well,
55 million people, bro.
That's not nothing. You know what I mean? That's how I felt about it. I was like, okay,
that's an entire state.
It's crazy because like that beat is like 3 years old, 3 or 4. And that was when I was first, So that was when I was like just really young and messing with different samples and stuff. And I think I don't know if I can say this. You know, fuck it, that song's already out. You know what I'm saying? That Naruto sample though, because I'm a big anime fan. Right. So I love sampling anime intros, outros all the time because that's like some really good music. Right. If you're not hip. So that has had a big influence on my production. So that's why I had made that song. And I just remember he hopped on it, and when he sent it back to me, I was just like, damn. Like, he really was floating on it because he was rapping for a minute. And then I was like, yeah, like, let's put it out, let's see. And we had both kind of forgot about it for a minute. Like, you know, me and people in my circle, and I'm sure people in his circle too, will go back and play it or, you know, sing along with it or whatever. But, you know, it's crazy that in the background, I'm not really on TikTok like that. And so you got people doing challenges to it and all this other stuff.
OC.
I'm like,
that's OC.
That's crazy, you know? And so I think the craziest part for me was just the idea that something that I helped to make, right? Something that I produced is now like all over the globe and people are listening to it and making videos with it, interacting with it. I'm not gonna lie, I was really trippy for a minute. But, I'm really used to having a lot of my music be more localized. Like you're saying, I stay very, very low key. And so it was just like a whoa moment. Just like, this is global. Like, this is the kind of, this is what you could expect. You know what I mean? And so I was like, man, I really do need to put some more shit out. And also need to get more tracks out with more artists, different artists too.
Let's work.
You know what I'm saying?
Get in.
Absolutely.
Get the info. 4K.
Please, let's work, bro.
The Instagram will be right there. 4K WTF.
WTF. Yes,
what are you doing? What are you doing? Get with him. Get with him. What you doing, man? Let's do what's work.
Definitely. And like, come on, man. It don't matter where you're at for real. Like
just be dedicated.
You gotta really want to work though,
and really want to be locked in about this shit, man. Stop. Look, this is for anybody though. Like, this is an investment to your craft. Your time is valuable, right? So like, and it's just like the same thing with him. Like, and it's about respect too, right? I've talked about this on the platform. Like, you gotta one understand what he's putting out there for y'all, right? Like, let's respect that, right? Let's come. If you try to really work with my man, like. Let's come with, like he said, a plan. Let's come with something that you say you really want to do. Because at the end of the day, like, if the goal is to like progress and to win, like, you gotta be serious about your shit, man. For real.
It takes a lot to build. It takes a lot, man. You gotta be willing to put in the work. How seriously do you want to take it?
How serious you want to take it?
You know what I mean? If I could give advice to my younger self, that's what the advice that I would give. Is like, be certain about where you're going with this. You know what I mean? If you're really gonna go for it, then go for it. Like I said, and I'm definitely down to work and collaborate. And I think collaboration is the essence of good music. You know what I mean? Putting different minds together. It's always amazing when one person can, you know, work on something. Those people are geniuses. You know what I mean? You know, so don't be afraid of getting other people involved. You know, as long as it sounds good at the end of the day, people are not gonna care how many hands it went through. Bro. Just make a good product.
For sure, man. Yeah, I see it right there, man. So let's talk about some. Before we get out of here, man. Let's talk about some of your producers, your top 5 producers you feel like you
top 5. Damn.
As you say, you know, like I'm trying to either get with them or I'm like they
like I would want to work with them.
Yeah, either I mean you get with them or like say they shit is hard.
Their shit is just tough.
This shit's hard.
Kanye West.
Okay, as a producer. Okay.
I mean, as low-key as a rapper too, like his earlier projects are huge. Right. But as a producer, I take so much inspiration from his work. Is it dead or alive? Because I would say my man Jay Dilla. Okay. I would say Dilla because he was just too influential not to include him. More recently, I think Metro Boomin.
Metro for sure.
Like he just has some of the hardest beats out right now. His last project was just OC. It was OC, yeah.
I told you that's on trance, bro. Like that
don't turn me into a superhero.
Yeah, that joint too, superhero.
No, that shit crazy. Okay, 2 more. Recent Cardo Got Wings. Cardo Got Wings is tough. And and somebody local. Probably my man Play. Andre Taylor.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Shout out to the people, man.
Shout out to
Had to throw on his little plug in, man. Shout out to Taylor, man. Okay. So, well, top 5 rappers then. Top 5 rappers. Let's go 5 in the DMV. Really, forget DMV. Not forget DMV perspective. Let's go Moco. I want to talk about Moco today.
Let's talk about the Moco rappers.
Let's go about Moco today. I want to hear Moco. Let's go.
It's gotta be Nas B.
Nas
He's
is
up there.
one.
Oh,
all right, hold on. We're gonna run that right back.
I don't know if I got 5 rappers in the Moco area.
You don't get a 5 in Moco? All right.
I think I do. Do I even have 5 from the DMV?
5 in the DMV? You don't got 5? Come on,
Probably like no Savage.
This is why we need to get him with y'all, man.
Bro.
We gotta
this
get
is
him with
my
y'all.
point, though. Like,
get him outside of the D, like get him in the DMV so he can get outside
It's just the regional
the DMV.
sound, and here's the issue, right? Because I don't produce that style.
You don't all the time now.
You know what I'm saying? Like I can, like you asked me to, but generally I'm making different stuff. You know what I mean? There's a lot of producers here. You know, Sparking. You know what I'm saying? Is that his name?
Yeah, Sparking. You got Sparking. You got Jew 2 times.
Yeah. So like they dedicated to that.
Chicho.
And they pioneers. Boss Butter. Like,
Big Boss Butter. That's Moco. Shout out Big Boss Butter. Boy,
these are niggas who are very like dedicated to that sound and great at it. Don't get me wrong. Like they're nice as fuck. But that's not really my speed. Right. So like when I talk about who my favorite artists are, it's gonna be people outside of our area. Because that's just
that's you. That's just you.
That's just me.
That's just you. Respect it, man. I can't do nothing but respect it, man. You feel me? You know what I'm saying?
But I'm always so loved, bro. Like I love the shit that they're doing at Double M Studios. Shout out to Brian and them.
Shout out to Boss Bees, man. Nas B, Stro, Zach.
Big shout out to Maestro. His shit I really do like. He makes some really good music, and it's different, and that's why I really enjoy it.
Big shout out to Stro, man. That's why he lead the team and help lead the production over production over
Drop some more shit for real. Like, who am I talking though? Right? What did I drop? That's crazy.
And
I'm just talking shit.
He just talking. Oh man, but and do we got anything else to look forward to though? Like anything that you're specifically working on right now that you feel like you're gonna be putting out in the near future? If not, okay, all right.
I do have a project that I'm working on, and the reason it's taking so long is because I want it to be a project. Because I have other songs that I think I could drop,
right?
And I don't want to promise anything about dropping singles. That's never really been my forte.
Right.
I'm more of a body of work kind of guy. Like even when I was doing it, when I was young and I was in college and stuff, it was like I would just drop a project like an EP or I dropped 2 mixtapes, and those were like full 16 song, like these are long pieces of music. Yeah. And that's just kind of like how I like to do it. That's just my style. I like giving the listener an experience and taking them on a journey. And a lot of times I want to tell a story. And if it's not able to do that just yet, then I'm not going to force it and try and drop it. It was just tough because like I have a lot of genuine fans, like people who are really actually interested in what I got going on. And they're always pressing me out. And it's mostly friends and family, but it's people who know like what I can do. You know what I mean? And they do, I feel like, deserve, you know what I mean? I feel like other people deserve to hear my music too, because I know this good.
Yeah, man, we waiting, bro. I be telling this to his face, y'all. I be telling this to his face.
So that's
let's do it, bro. Let's do it.
I got like 2 projects I'm deciding between. So
look.
We're gonna see sometime in the spring.
We expecting both
coming out.
This year.
My birthday coming up. I want to do something special. Just you know what I mean. We get older, and I've made so much over the past, like 10 years, and I stopped dropping. I haven't dropped anything like 5. You know what I mean? So it's a lot of build up. Yeah. No, it's been like 5 years since my last project.
What you want, Frank Ocean time, bro?
I think I'm Frank Ocean like shit, bro.
Nah, man.
I'm not Frank Ocean.
Nah.
It's my perfectionism.
Respect.
It is.
Respect.
It's my desire to have everything be perfect all the time. Again, perfect is the enemy of good. And I got some really good stuff that's gonna come out sometime soon. So.
Hey man, everything is perfect timing too. I always say that, bro. Everything is always perfect timing. And that's just real life, man. 4K, thank you again, my brother.
Bro, my man, thank you so much, Father. Thanks for having me on the pod.
Sure.
Speak of Truth podcast, man. Tap in. Link in the bio. You already know, man. Like, come on, man.
You know what's going on, man. As you heard him, man. I don't gotta say too much, bro. This is my brother right here. Like I said, man.
Yes, sir. We locked in.
We locked in. My guy. I'm gonna continue to tell him that he needs to be great and to be successful.
I'm telling you need to be great. Don't tell me that.
We gonna be on. What's the name of that movie? We gonna be that. You have a good day.
No, you have a great day.
What movie?
Sorry to bother you.
Sorry to. Oh yeah,
Damn.
for real though. But that's real, man. Real love, and
Yeah.
like I said, we just want to continue to grow, become successful, and do the right thing, and get us to where we want to go in life. Bro. And like, I think that's all we all want to figure out here. That's the people I try to talk to a lot of the times on this podcast. So just to show y'all, man, 4K, man, he's someone out here. He's figuring it out just as well as everybody else out here, man. And we all going to just building community at this point now. You know what I'm saying? Just, if you want to be a part of building the community, we're here for you. I'm trying to put things together. Shout out to the summer group. We put together a nice networking event. I'm gonna put a nice video for that together real soon. If it's not out by the time I drop this, I don't know if I might be able to drop this by the time I drop this. But if not, go check it out. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be more events that we're gonna do like that, just to help bring people together, and talk about what they do, growth and stuff like that. Propel. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for us to win. I tell people I'm ready for us to win. This is the year for us to win. 2023 is going up. Up is the only way. And yeah, man, I think that's a great way to end this beautiful episode, man. It was a great day outside. And yeah, things like that. Love and peace in here, man. And yeah, you know what I'm saying? Hey.
Look.
Okay.
Don't give me.